Hello folks, my name is Rojo, and welcome back to Wizardry 6. Last time I sort of showed you the character creation, we talked a little bit about the game, and I read a little bit of an intro from the manual to you in some somewhat dramatic fashion. But now it's time to actually get into the game, so let's go ahead and add our party members here. We have a few characters. I didn't go over these other characters in the previous episode, but let's do that now. Let's see, who are we going to do first here? First, we'll add in Gertrude, our Hobbit Valkyrie. At least these are not the classes that everybody's going to be starting as, but it's what they're going to be, or sorry, it's not what they're going to be finishing as, but it's what they're going to be starting as. So we have we have our Hobbit Valkyrie. We have Nerb, our gnome samurai. I guess I can explain what these classes are a little bit. A Valkyrie is actually kind of like a lord. It's like a sort of like a female paladin functionally in this game. It's a class, it's female only. And they use like spears typically, I think is kind of their deal in this game. But they also get like pre-spells eventually. So that's sort of what's going on there. They're decent fighters. Samurai is an excellent fighter, one of the best fighters in the game, in fact, and they also get mage spells. So little interesting take on Samurai, but there you go. Let's see. We also are going to be having who's gonna go where? Probably have Alima, our elven ninja. Yes, there are ninjas in this game. I guess she'll go in that slot. The first three characters in your party are the ones who tend to get attacked the most. And there's also sort of a formation, I guess you could say, where the first three characters can use any weapon to attack, but the back three characters, I believe it's the back three, it might be only the back two, but I think it's the back three, require a reach weapon or a ranged weapon of some kind to actually be able to attack with physical attacks. So it's something to keep in mind. Let's see, who are we going to add next? We have, we'll probably do Ulu, our Mook Ranger. And Mooks are somewhat, I'm sure this is intentional, but they're monkey people. So think almost like Planet of the Apes style, but their origin is unknown. They may be from outer space, and we'll learn more about mooks. Certainly not in this game, I don't think. Well, I can't say certainly, but probably not in this game. But in the maybe Wizardry 7 or Wizardry 8, we might learn a little bit more about them. But also, Mook is someone who, or I guess maybe a Mook, depending on how you want to pronounce that, but that's someone who's not very smart, but these monkey people are in fact quite intelligent, it turns out, according to the manual. So, and that massive pixels there, I don't know if that's supposed to be a Mook or not, but it's something all right. So that's a portrait for that guy. Let's see here. I do have a mix of female and male party members as well. We're going to have, I think, Fenpo, our Raw Wolf Bishop, be next. We went over him last episode, and it does matter. Male and female does make a difference in this game. Females have actually slightly better equipment options. There were some items that are female only in the game, as well as they have a higher karma stat typically, but they suffer from strength. They have a -2 strength penalty. So that's something important to consider when you're creating your characters. Let's see. And then finally, we're going to have Elise, our fairy bard. And yeah, there are fairies in this game too. Fairies, very small, can't use most weapons and most armor, but they have a very, very good natural armor class. And you can think of, like, if you're familiar with Dungeons & Dragons, like 2nd edition, the armor class system in this game is similar to that. But fairies also, since they're so small, have 1/3 carrying capacity, so that's also something to consider. But we're going to go ahead and start a new game here. Entering the castle itself, the vacant castle once inhabited by the queen and the king, both quite evil, if the initial story is to be believed. So approaching the gate with confidence, if things get too hairy, you can always turn and run back out. I think that plan is going to go awry very shortly. Because the door is closed behind us. Yes, indeed. Was this a good idea? Well, I don't know. So there's not much explanation as to why we're here, other than to sort of unravel the mystery of what happened to the king, I guess. So we're in the entrance chamber of the castle. It appears to be empty, and a heavy coat of dust covers the floor. Small scampering noises echo down far distant corridors, a reminder that it is you who are the intruder here. So yeah, there's going to be some reading in this game, not too much, but it's a thing. I'm set up to use an Xbox controller to control, just because it makes most of this a little bit easier. We will have to use the keyboard some. And you'll notice on the right-hand side, I mentioned in the last episode that there's a good reason why things seemed off-center, and that's because I'm cheating, basically, a little bit. And I downloaded a mod for this game, which includes an automap. Well, the mod is the automap. It'll basically hooks into the game, and that is because, one, I will never complete this game without an automap, and two, I feel like since there aren't turn transitions in this game, it can be kind of abrupt and hard to orient yourself when you're watching, so I'm hoping the automap helps you guys sort of keep your bearings, I guess, as far as where we are. One other final note, there was actually a bug with some higher level spells, and I downloaded a mod that supposedly fixes that bug. It basically makes some of them just not work half the time when they're in fact supposed to. So there you go. That's everything you need to know. Now let's get exploring this castle a little bit. There's a lot of doors here, and we will, without a doubt, die and have to reload in this initial stage. Dying has a pretty hefty penalty in this game. But yeah, so let's go ahead and maybe just save this game and resume right now. All right, let's get going here. Locked door. Aha. So we can go this way. We seem to have found ourselves a corridor of some kind. You hear some kind of rustle or flap from somewhere nearby. Perhaps it is only the wind descending from one of the towers. I don't think we want to go up here yet. That sounds ominous. So we can go down. We've got that way. Also, yeah, you can't back up in this game, but if you hit the down button, you can strafe instead of turn, which is useful. I don't love the control scheme, but it's better to be able to strafe than not to be able to strafe. I mean, basically. So it looks like we're getting kind of a picture from the automap of what this place looks like. I've actually gone through this first area before, but I'm curious. Keep getting close during service hours. You also notice, see that? Does that look interesting to you? Here, look at this wall. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Yes, there is a button there. So I believe if we search, so there are, your kind of standard secret walls and secret buttons and stuff in this game. I don't think I want to go in there yet, though. That looks like danger. Everything is dangerous in this game. Our fairy only has 2 flippin' hit points. If somebody breathes on her, she's gonna die. So basically, yeah, I'm just kind of exploring this bottom level first. We got a door there, and yes, so you kind of get the idea of what the courtyard looks like. We've got stairs up and stairs down in every corner, as well as you can kind of see what happens. There's like an archway that goes over the hallway there. So yeah, stairs up, stairs down in every corner. So there's perhaps towers on all sides, and there's a basement area. Let's take a look here. What do we got going on here? That's locked. This just goes out into the corridor there. So now we have like this main entrance hall here, it looks like. And yes, fountain. Who drinks? Dare I? No, I don't think I do. Some fountains are poisonous, some fountains are just great, and they will restore like all your HP and MP. Regeneration is very slow in this game, and that is not necessarily a problem, but your characters will actually age as you rest. It doesn't matter, I don't think, but it's an interesting design decision to add it in there, I guess, just for more flavor, I guess. So we've come across like a lot of locked doors. That's One problem. But we have treasure. So let's see. Neatly inscribed upon the metal face of the chest are these words. Open me second. So there's another chest here. We shall not mess with this chest. Open me first. Alright, let's follow the instructions, shall we? We're going to, let's see, how do we do this? Research? I know that we can, I was trying to figure out how to check for traps here. If we, open, here we go, yes. So, let us inspect with our fairy. She has the highest, skullduggery skill, which is basically to deal with traps and locks. No trap. Okay. So we'll find traps eventually, but since there's no trap, I suppose we can open it. I guess we'll have Gertrude open it. Sure. Chest was not trapped. We have several items and a scroll which reads, "A cure but twice and healing thrice. 1 life for thee times 7. 3 light heal potions, 1 cure light condition, cure poison potion, and amulet of life." So this is like a resurrection item, and we will hopefully never have to use it. We may use it eventually, because I don't want to be completely save scummy, but early on it's too punishing to die, because you lose a point of vitality permanently every time you do it, much like losing a point of con in Dungeons and Dragons. If you wait too long to get resurrected, I think is how that worked in 2nd edition. And maybe 3rd edition, but we'll take these light heal potions. Who shall we give them to? I think we'll give them to... who's going to need them? Probably, let's give those to Nerb. We'll give that to Gertrude. We'll give that to Alima. And Amulet of Life, we can probably give to Elise, I guess. Even though, ironically, she's the one who's probably going to die, if anybody. Alright, open me second. Again, we shall inspect with Elise. No trap. Very well. Open. Chest was not trapped. Inside the chest are some gold coins, a sword, and a scroll which reads, "Beware the narrow corridors of the mine." That's deep, yo. So we got a Sword of Striking. If we had a fighter, this would be good. We do not have a fighter, so I don't know if anybody can even use the Sword of Striking. But it's our first magic item, believe it or not. So let's go ahead and take a look at our inventories. Let's see. How do I even get to my inventory? Review. Gertrude. So, our inventory consists of all these slots that you see here, as well as a swag bag, which is items that we can store but can't readily access in combat, for example. So let's say this is the command to examine an item. Sword of Striking. Is usable. Oh, it is usable by a Valkyrie. That's interesting. We shall use it, I suppose. But yeah, so all those letters on the bottom there are which classes can use it, and the ones on the top are which races can use it. So Hobbit is on that list, and Valkyrie's on that list, so that's excellent. Has 2 modes of attack, swing and thrust. Basically, when it comes to swinging and thrusting, they I don't know exactly the difference, but different attack modes have sort of different effects. Like I think a thrust has a higher damage potential than a swing, but maybe it's lower accuracy. I want to say that's sort of how the attacks go. I'll have to look that up again. But Sword of Striking, let's absolutely equip that. We haven't equipped any of our items, so we actually start with a spear. But yeah, sure, Sword of Striking. We'd actually equip a potion in our hand if we want, but there's no reason to do that. Also, apologize. Give me just 1 second here. I got to sign out of Steam. Okay, we are back. All right, so let's finish. We're gonna go with none. We're not gonna equip that in our offhand. We will equip a leather helm for a halter, a chamois skirt, and some sandals. So you'll notice at the top, all of our body parts sort of have their own armor class, and I think you're more likely to get hit in the body, or the upper body, lower body, or the head probably, than you are to get hit in the hands or feet. So those ACs are probably more important, but it doesn't hurt. Excuse me, to have a good AC everywhere. Now then, she's all set. She's still got her spear. That's totally fine. Let's go and take a look at Nerb. We do have to equip everybody. So there's a reason that I started with the classes that I do, and that's partially because of starting equipment. So Nerd is going to start with a katana, a wakizashi, and robes and sandals. So he's not very good AC, but he's got decent weaponry. You can like say his katana, for example. And if we had the identify spell, we'd be able to learn a lot more about this item. Like, for example, how much damage it does, I believe, and its any to hit bonuses and that kind of thing. But yeah, so there is dual wielding in this game. He probably won't get too many dual wield swings at this level. You have to be a little bit higher level for that to work effectively. Go ahead and equip Alima. Now, there is a way to get ninja gear later on, as I understand it, but the only way to start with ninja gear is to start with a ninja. So I'm not going to equip her shurikens. We're just going to have her use her hands and feet for attacking for now. But we will... maybe I could put him as a secondary item. I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to have to do this again. Here we go. Equip. So we'll go none. Shuriken. No. As you can see, the interface, not that hard, but I'm failing right now. So, all right, no shurikens, ninja cowl, ninja garb, tabby boots. So these are ninja-only items. And we're interested in having them because we're going to have a ninja later on, but I don't know when we're going to get a chance to get more ninja stuff. So that's her sorted. You can also see her carrying capacity on her stat sheet to the left. I'll talk about the stats, I guess, maybe now, is a good enough time. But yeah, carrying capacity is the CC under the GP in the left pane there. So she has 162 pounds she can carry, for example. I'll go ahead and equip Ulu here. Now, all the stats on the left, we have strength, intelligence, piety, vitality, dexterity, speed, and personality, and then karma, which I talked a little bit about in the last episode. Strength is exactly what you think it is, increases your melee damage. Intelligence basically is, I think it affects your spell points slightly in this game, and it's kind of it's a prerequisite for some casting classes, but doesn't actually do much. Beyond that, I don't think. Piety increases your spell points a lot more, I believe, and also increases your mana regeneration. Actually, I don't know if it does affect your mana regeneration in this game, but I think it's if you have a 15 or higher piety, you get bonus spell points when you level up. So it can be good to have a high piety. Let's see. We'll go ahead and equip this guy. So a quarterstaff, I believe, is a reach weapon, which means you can attack from the back. So the reason I want to start with a bishop, they're terrible fighters, and that can kind of be a pretty big negative early on. But the miter, there's only one way to get a miter, and that's to start with one, or two ways to get a miter. To start with one, or to randomly find one in kind of a specific area. And I wanted to start one. And miter is a bishop-only hat, and it's like one of the best hats they can get. So we've got that. Oop, what have I done? So anyway, back to stats. Vitality affects your hit points, and you get a bonus to your HP at 15 plus vitality when you level up. And then, god damn it, what am I doing? I got to go back to review. Getting distracted here. All right, Elise. Let's see. Dexterity increases. I think it's just your chance to swing twice in one attack. So the interesting way the combat works, but yeah, as your level increases and your, I don't know if it's just your level, we won't equip that. She actually can't wear a cloth shirt and cloth pants, so I guess she's running around naked, but she's a fairy, so it's appropriate. But, yeah, dexterity increases your chance to swing twice, as well as I think your level, in a single attack. So you get like a double hit. Speed increases your number of swings. So you can get like 2 swings every combat round, which means between double hitting and double swinging, you will get the opportunity to hit up to 4 times in combat, I believe is how that works. And then if we go back and just review again, I think the only other one was personality. Yes, personality is functionally useless in this game. As far as I understand it, it just doesn't really do anything. Let's go ahead and save as well. personality is just a prerequisite for some classes. So there you go. That's all the data that I have for you on that. Let's take a look at what's going on. I'm trying to think. Oh, our first encounter. So this is battle. We have a bushwhacker. Very appropriate name since he did surprise us. We shall fight. So she will swing. He will thrust. She can punch or kick. Might as well just punch. He will fight. Ulu only has a bow, so fight means shoot. Fenpo is a bishop. So he could cast a spell, for example. We will not. But I think just a thrust here is fine. Now the thrust versus bash. The bash is the more powerful attack. And Elise is actually a little bit interesting. She starts with a lute. And bards are the only ones who can use musical instruments in this game. She has a special music skill. But using that particular item, that lute, will cast a sleep spell for free, which is very powerful at low levels. Which is why we want to start with the bard, because the only way to get that item in this game, I believe, is to start with a bard. So it's important. And then now that we've set in our commands, go ahead and do that. And there you go. One dead bushwhacker. Bushwhacker. We got loot, we got XP. Excellent. Every class requires different amounts of XP to level up. I guess we're just going to go up one of these things and just kind of see how we do. So we've got... That's a locked door. Now we could try to pick some locks, but I'm not going to do that yet. Our skullduggery is probably a little bit too low still. I'm going to get Elise leveled up a little bit more, and we'll go from there. I want to say this is the one with the danger. So let's save our game. Oh, maybe it's not the one with the danger. Okay. So we're on a tower. We can actually walk off the edge of this if we want, but we will die. So looking out across the tower's edge, the North Forest spans as far as the eye can see. Very well, I'm interested. The smelly carcass of something dead is lying on the tower ledge directly overlooking the moat. It is decayed beyond the point of recognition with no indication of how it died. So we can search the carcass, push it off the tower, or leave it alone. I'm going to push it off the tower. Push the remains over the edge of the tower, and moments later hear the faint splash as they hit the moat. Had we searched that, everybody in our party would get poisoned. It's a trap. Yeah, don't play with the dead bodies. Just leave those alone. All right, so we got a door here. Let's take a look at what we have in here. Oh, an encounter. 1 giant rat, 3 rats. So there's a mythology skill in this game which will allow you to identify the enemies that you're fighting. But we don't have very high mythology. In fact, everybody has 0, so it's kind of going to be a crapshoot. But generally, if one group of enemies is tougher than another, they are probably like the tougher version of that type of enemy. I mean, common sense dictates, right? So we'll go with something like this. I guess actually we could even... I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to have him use his energy blast spell on this giant rat. I'll go over magic a little bit more detail a little bit later. But Elise is going to use her loot on the second group of enemies to try and put them to sleep. Excellent. Oh, owie. Nerve got hit for a lot of damage there. There we go. Okay, everybody is woken back up. Fight. Also fight. Fight. I'm going to have Fenpo heal wounds for 1. That's the power level of the spell on Nerd. Hopefully that goes sufficiently quickly, and then we're going to try to put these rats back to sleep. Okay. Hey, there we go. All right, we've got the hard one. And he's been healed up a little bit. So now I'm feeling a little bit better about the way this fight's going. It's very easy to die in the early game. Once we get a few levels, this shit is going to be a child's play until it isn't. This is the only way I can describe it. Let's go ahead and put these rats back to sleep. So every time we use this spell, this loot, she's increasing her music skill automatically, or at least potentially doing it. Now you also see, like, sometimes we attack and we get no penetration. That's because there's a like a percentile, like a D100 mischance in this game that goes down as you gain levels. And there's some interesting mechanics involved with that, but I won't get into that right now. Excuse me, but let's see, piles of debris crowd this small tower. Most of it looks quite rotted. Yeah, so there's a percentile mischance, but then also once you hit, you actually have to penetrate the armor, and that's where the armor class comes in. And so certain attacks, I think maybe have a better chance to penetrate armor as well. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, but let's search this debris. You found a bow and some arrows, which appear to be usable. One short bow, 57 elm arrows. Yeah, I'll take it. We'll give those to you for now, I guess. It doesn't really matter. And anything else? I don't see anything else. We can search these walls. There is a scouting skill which will alert you to secrets when you walk by them, as well as a spell. But it's good to just search when you have the opportunity, when you see something that might be suspicious. All right, well, that's one tower down. Let's go ahead and rest. Yes. Didn't get very many HP out of that, did we? But it should have refilled our pitiful amount of magic points. So that's all I was looking for. Let's go ahead and save as well. The sound design in this game is not very good. Limitation of the time, I guess, to some extent, but yeah, so you're probably not going to hear too much audio because I'm going to keep it pretty low or off eventually, depending on how things turn out. It's mostly just a bunch of pops and clicks and then some really goofy sounds. Let's explore this. Let's see what's in here. Okay. Pieces of old bone litter the ground, and deep red stains color the earth. Nothing here, though. It seems dangerous. Ooh, an encounter. 2 rats. Let us fight these rats. Every time we shoot our bow, we are using an arrow, by the way, which is, it's not good, but that's life. I think we'll just have her keep on using the loot while she has it, because she's not going to be a bard forever. Oh my goodness. Alima, don't die on me. Look at that. Look at that damage. Fenpo, bringing the pain. Holy shit. Oh, it's a giant rat. No wonder. He should be able to heal her back up. And we'll use our loot again. Try and put this guy back to sleep. Oh, it hurts. Go to sleep. There we go. All right. Wonderful. Every survivor gets lots of XP. That's just great. All right, let's, I'm going to rest again. I think you can maybe get ambushed, but I'm not, yep, I was going to say, but I'm not terribly sure. Huge bat. Could be worse, but our bard is awake, so that gives us some hope here. Because, yeah, when you get ambushed, people are asleep. Yes, stay asleep. No penetration. We tapped him, but he didn't wake up. That's what I like to see. Actually, what we could do is back up. Maybe a thrust would be better here. Punches and kicks and bashes. And we'll just try and make sure the bat stays asleep. There we go. Excellent. All right. Yeah, once you kill a monster, everybody who is attacking that group will continue to do whatever action toward that group. Or, if it's a spell anyway, or they will do nothing. So, that's something important to keep in mind. But anyway, I was actually just looking at the time. I've gotten caught up in this adventure, and we're past time already. So I'm going to go ahead and do one last heal here with Fenpo on our Valkyrie. There we go. So she's back to full HP. That's good. All right. So anyway, yeah, I guess that's going to do it for this first episode. We started exploring the main level of this castle. When we come back, we'll probably either go to more towers or maybe check out the basement. But until next time, my name has been Rojo, and thanks for watching.